So let's talk about, this could be like the last few questions. I think there's two things that I want to touch on. I want to know about your worst month in car sales and your best month.
Ooh, well, I've had...
And on your worst month, what lessons did you learn from that month? Like I'm talking about like the absolute, like a month that you remember vividly because it was so bad.
Yeah, I mean, and not necessarily in car sales. I've sold a lot of other things in the last 22 years in sales. I just got back into car sales in the last month. I had a really good month last month in sales. It was I was only in with Phil Long about half the month, and I sold 9 cars.
Nice.
So that means I was on track for 18 cars in a month period, which it feels really good. Because that's a huge month for a brand new salesperson like myself in learning a new product. I had a pretty good product knowledge coming in, but once again, that excitement, that energy, was there, and I think that's what really helps. So I think if you have a really good month, your energy is up and Mindset. You're focused and you're ready to go and you're on your game. You're listening to people and then giving them good, thoughtful answers to their questions. Because if you're answering every question, I don't know. That's not a good experience, because then they've lost confidence in you. And I think one of my worst months in sales was where I worked at previously. I won't mention the company name, but I just had a really hard time staying focused, being excited about the product. I was dealing with very analytical people. It was like technical sales where you had to really have a bunch of product knowledge, and the company didn't give us a very good training. The training was very poor, and I had the sales skills to communicate with people, but I didn't have the product knowledge because they just didn't give us the training on. So I've had 0 months where I sold absolutely nothing.
Oh, wow.
And that feels really bad, and it puts you in a funk and in a really dark place for a while, because it questions everything that you've done. I mean, I'm a professional. I've done the sales for 20 plus years. And to sit there and reevaluate everything in your mind, you're like, wow, is this really the right thing for me? And that's where you have to make some hard decisions. Either you have to shift out of what you're doing and make a big change, or you got to stop doing sales. I mean, you got to go into something else and go do production in a factory and sit there or answer questions on the phone or something.
Sales isn't for everyone.
It isn't. And if you're a technical person, I mean, there is a portion of sales that is for you because you're very technically minded. I'm much more of a people person. I like interacting with people, and during COVID, being at home and not being face-to-face with people and not having that interaction was just devastating to me personally.
So what was the big shift?
I quit that company and went to work for Phil Long.
Nice.
So I said, it's time to get back out and interact with people and see them and really get to know whether you buy a car from me or not. If you come and see me and we have a good time together and we're laughing and joking, that's great. I won.
Yeah.
I mean, Phil Long didn't win because, we didn't make any money, and you didn't win because you didn't make a car, but you might have won because you might have made a friend.
Definitely.
And met somebody new.
Sweet.
So that's the fun part of that. I think is I think you have to enjoy what you're doing. If you, the longest day in the world is just doing something you don't enjoy doing. Like for me, it's like working outside shoveling rocks. I think that would be just like the worst.
I was doing gutters for a while, and every day, I think that's actually what drove me to really go full-fledged with my business, is because it's like you're hot, you're sweating, you
made that shift though. You finally got to the point where you were ready to make that change. Yeah, I worked construction for a short period of time with my brother.
And some people love it. Like it's not for me though.
Did glazing, and he was putting in glass, and I worked on a construction site for like 2 weeks, and I was like, this is definitely not for me.
Some people know it's for them, and this is what they want to do. They love it. Like,
yeah,
that's cool. I'm glad they love it because I
don't. Those are
don't.
dedicated people that are craftsmen. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm always amazed. And my wife says I'm not handy. I'm not handy. I mean, if I install a ceiling fan, everybody's like, "Is it gonna fall?"
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
But
you can do IKEA furniture though.
yeah, I don't even know that. Yeah, I need instructions with words.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They do. It's all in Swedish, I think.
Yeah. So, when I have craftsmen come into my house, I've had plumbers and different people come in. I'm always amazed at the level that they work at and how they know so much and things like that. So, God bless them. I love every plumber that comes to my house, every electrician, every craftsman that comes to my house. I really appreciate that and that they can do that job day in and day out.
For sure.
I just have to interact with people a little bit too much for that. But somebody has to sell that job to me, has to come in, evaluate, and sell that job to me, whether that's a gutter or a roof or a car.
There's still a salesman part
Yeah.
for every business. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I do all the salesman stuff. I wear that hat for my company.
Yeah.
But I would like to. As my company grows, I'll be outsourcing that a little bit.
Absolutely.
And maybe
Absolutely.
even hiring more people to do it as well. Just to accelerate it.
Yeah. And the nice part about commission sales is you can do that without a bunch of overhead layout. So if you do have a company that needs to expand their sales department, you can always do that as commission sales.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay them a
Exactly.
base salary. You can make it a portion of the profits, so that's always a good idea.
Yeah, and some of the video projects we do have a nice commission.
Yeah,
so is
absolutely.
what I was thinking. And yes, that's another story. I guess we can start wrapping this up. We're probably gonna hit another 30 minutes coming on soon.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you're talking to a salesman, so you can keep here talking for a long time. You asked why car sales take this long? This is why, because I get chatty with people.
For sure.
This is a show where we have real conversations with the business owners and entrepreneurs here in Colorado Springs, doing things in the community of Colorado Springs.